I'm going to say no in the next 12 months. Absolutely in the next 24 months.
With all due respect, Ben, you're dead wrong.
Nani?
Welcome back to the channel. As you may know, I was featured on BitBoys Around the Blockchain just a few days ago. And in fact, on this episode, I won. Yay! But before we go any further, I just want to say congratulations, BitBoy, on getting your channel back. And for those of you who don't know from this audience, BitBoy's channel was taken down by YouTube and then put back up again. It's kind of a risk for anybody talking about cryptocurrency or blockchain in general. I'm very glad that Ben and the team are back to producing, back to uploading on YouTube. I sincerely hope it doesn't happen again, but it is kind of a warning. With that in mind, you see down in the description of this video or over on the links on the main channel that there's a link to Odyssey, where we have backups of every video that goes up on this channel. You can subscribe there, and we'd love to see you there as well. All right, enjoy.
What kind of timeline do you think Amazon will have to issue Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in any kind of meaningful capacity? Are we looking, before the end of the year? Is this something 5 years from now?
Okay, now you're asking me to make a prediction, which I can't reasonably make. So let me first off start by disclaiming the crap out of what comes next, okay? First off, guys, no advice being offered by Senor Mind Your Biz here. Let me jump back really quick and take a global look at what we're talking about. First off, on a global sphere, the Amazon and denial are not even on the same continent. So if you believe that, you're in a world of hurt. Let's go back to what started the whole rumor mill. Yeah, I know, right? We can tie these things up with a bow. It's cool. I'm here all day. Are we going to come back for more of those? Signs point to yes. All right.
Points to yes, right, baby.
Yeah. Let me start though. The rumors were started by a job posting, and I covered this news on my channel earlier today. We did the retraction like everybody else had to, right? Job postings don't lie. PR firms do. And right now, I won't say that what Amazon is doing by way of the denial is an outright lie. It's not an outright lie. However, job postings, it's very clear that they're actually looking for a cryptocurrency and blockchain lead. That's not for nothing. What does Amazon do outside of have a massive multinational stance, right, in e-commerce and massive multinational presence in terms of being able to fulfill everybody's online shopping desire? They power the internet, right? They run AWS. If you like Netflix, guess what? You're actually using Amazon services. If you like almost any other service that you use on your smartphone, guess what? Powered by Amazon. Of course, Amazon has to get involved in cryptocurrencies. Of course, Amazon has to leverage blockchain. Now to go back to your question, DZ, which is untimely and impossible for me to answer reasonably. Is it going to happen before the end of the year? Nobody knows. Nobody can reasonably say that. Now, it has, as far as blockchain infrastructure, as far as payments go, as far as Amazon as a marketplace accepting payments, well, we know that that opportunity has been filled by third parties, such as Purse.io, right? This is not a promotion for them. I don't have any connection to them. We know that that need has been filled by enterprising people in the cryptocurrency space over years now because of Amazon's inaction. And you can bet your bottom dollar they do not any longer want to be cut out of the deal flow. They want a piece of the pie too. But before the end of the year, my best guess, no. Probably sometime next year when they can debut their own infrastructure, either for second layer scaling or maybe their own token.
So we had the Heritage Foundation. They're releasing some statements about it, saying there's going to be a supremacy battle between Bitcoin and the US dollar, saying he doesn't envision Bitcoin surpassing USD anytime soon, not within his lifetime. He was saying the government is terrified, therefore, a lot more crypto regulation is going to be hitting the pipeline soon. So Mind Your Biz, I want to ask you, is there a day where Bitcoin is the dominant currency for global trade?
Oh man, see so what you're saying between the lines there is hyper Bitcoinization a reality? Is it a possibility? Is there a world in which that can even happen? So you kind of lined me up for something that I think preps me for failure. First off, audience, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Bitcoin is useful for what it's useful for. It is not going to replace the US dollar anytime soon. It's not going to replace fiat currencies of any national denomination anytime soon. We've got scaling problems. We actually had hidden inflation problems as early as only 3 years ago, if you were paying attention to the tech. Bitcoin is a beautiful, beautiful piece of code. Satoshi Nakamoto needs to receive either a posthumous or a pseudonymous Nobel Prize for that contribution to the world, because it allows us to aspire for something something much greater than just fiat currencies and systems of revolving debt. However, Bitcoin is not the panacea that some would have you believe. I think probably a common thread here on BitBoy's channel, and you probably hear it in other areas of the crypto sphere for people who are, balanced thinkers and trying to evaluate all sides. Anti-maximalism is the way. Don't get stuck in dogmatic thinking, believing that Bitcoin will somehow replace your dollar. It's just not happening. I don't see that happening soon. I don't see it happening even in the midterm or maybe even in the long term. We've got also, to date, actually, Bitcoin being somewhat inflationary in its supply. There are so many things economically that Bitcoin does not do that it needs to be able to do to have it become the basis for a global currency or even just a de facto reserve currency in some country other than smaller pilot countries like El Salvador. We're going to see like El Salvador, as this becomes proposed maybe in some states here in the United States, just acceptance as legal tender and those sort of trial runs. Could we make Bitcoin work? Could we do this? Does hyper Bitcoinization work in this tiny petri dish? How can we see this actually come to fruition in some possible future event? I'm sorry, Doc Brown. I don't care what future you're looking at. Bitcoin is not going to directly replace the dollar. If anything, it could become a supplement into some kind of a basket of reserve currencies or reserve values, very similar to how the US relied on gold in the past, but with a much better auditable supply, a much more sound way of auditing the supply. You like hard currencies? Yes, Bitcoin is for you. You think that it's going to be the hard currency that replaces your US dollar, your pound sterling, your euro? I don't know what you're smoking, but pass me some, I guess?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Speaking of hard currency, that background is going super hard as well. I feel like I'm in a 90s movie, Lawnmower Man or Angelina Jolie's Hackers, and I love it. I'm loving it. I'm all
Those are
about
great
it.
movies.
Very bullish,
Lawnmower Man, to be sure.
Very bullish on your background. Smash a like if you like his background. Smash the like if you think Crypto Stash looks this cool. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, he looks like Rorschach from The Watchmen.
I mean, because I'm looking at Axie Infinity right here. On the 30-day, it is up 1,221%. On the 24-hour, it's up over 25%. I mean, are we overbought? It's just a flash in the pan, or we still maybe have a little more pumping to go?
As far as that goes, I mean, trends, right? They do tend to be really, really hot. There tends to be that initial pump phase of anything that's brand new that starts to show positive price action, especially when it democratizes participation. So, as you know, on my channel, we talk a lot about proof of work mining, things with like specifically GPUs. We're very much into the GPU hardware profile because some kid, right, who's 14 years old in any developed nation with a reasonable cost for power and internet access can contribute and get Ethereum back right now. That's the crypto mining coin du jour. Now, you take that same sensibility, right? Take that same democratization of participation, disintermediation, if you will, of somebody else saying like, these guys can participate and these guys can't. And of course, people run at it for as long as it's profitable. There's that initial massive surge in popularity. There's a massive takedown on Twitter for specifically Axie Infinity by Tasha. So Natasha Che, she got a lot of attention for this, saying like, it is just a pump right now, and we're going to see this flash in the pan die down really, really soon. Here's the thing. I think that she is ignoring, first off, the power of pumpamentals, right? In the midst of a bull run, pumpamentals tend to be a science and an art all their own. And I know that's a word that's kind of like politically charged in the crypto space, and sometimes it's associated with people who we believe are scammers or whatever. But it's this new science of cryptocurrency where if you don't respect what memes can do, if you don't respect what meme lords can do, people who genuinely know how to trigger, genuinely know how to get their hands on a lever socially, they can do things that no other amount of marketing budget can do, and we've never witnessed anything like this in the history of mankind. In the same way that in the 70s and 80s, Michael Jackson became an international megastar because there was this very brief moment where media took this obscure kid from Gary, Indiana, and his family and made them like the center of attention around the world. That was unprecedented before that time. We've never seen a Michael Jackson since Michael Jackson, right? And that same phenomenon, right, of pumpamentals, people basically catching mania because they see something they've never seen before and they experience something they've never experienced before that makes them feel like they are chosen, like they get to be a part of something that's special. Well, that's pumpamentals in a nutshell, but now we see it in an entirely different way, where instead of you just like seeing Michael Jackson at such and such venue and feeling like, wow, I'm never going to see this again, all of a sudden now you're playing a video game and you're earning between $9 and $15 per hour, the equivalent of $9 to $15 per hour. What middle school kid isn't going to go do that? That's more money than he's going to earn flipping burgers. Yep. And he's playing a video game? Are you kidding me? Yep. Yeah, there may be a bit of pumpamental action here where we do see a bit of a retracement in terms of both participation and, of course, coin value. And probably not in that order, right? Probably more so coin value comes down or the value of participation goes down. And so people start to say, well, the incentive is not quite there. What's in it for me? Not as much. I'm out. Yep. That could happen. But I think the genie's out of the bottle. I think the genie's out of the bottle. We're never stuffing it back in, right? The toothpaste's out of the tube, cat's out of the bag, Pandora's box is open. You think of whatever other analogy you want to, but like the point is, we're never going back. Yeah, there's no new Michael Jackson, but now with this, we're never going to live in a world where video games don't pay you. So if you have that model and video games don't pay your users, good luck going back.
Mine, I'm keeping it on you real quick. Can some of the non-Ethereum NFTs like have a space in this market, or have we just run so far ahead with Ethereum, there's not going to be room for Solana, Cardano, or some of these other ecosystems?
How much more time do we have? I'm dead serious here, because like Crypto Jeb was saying before, this is another one of those topics that if we put it into exploded view, we could
for a long time,
right? Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Ethereum is synonymous with NFTs right now. Ethereum is synonymous with DeFi right now. We just know this is the rails that all this stuff runs on top of, and it's phenomenal. It's doing a great job right now. It's not fundamentally broken, except for the parts that are fundamentally broken on Ethereum, because there are parts that are fundamentally broken on Ethereum. The developers admit this. That's why we got the London hard fork coming up in Crypto Jeb. It's less than 2 weeks. We're coming up on 8 days, if you can believe that.
It's 10
Time
days.
is flying right
it's
now.
8 days. Yeah, it's August 4th, I think.
Yes, and so this is it's imminent, right? Change is imminent in the crypto mining scene. Of course, we're looking at this. We're waiting with bated breath because it affects us very directly with the fee burn associated with the EIP 1559. I don't want to get political on that topic here, but what I do want to say to answer your question as directly as possible. Yes, there's room for additional participants in the NFT space. Yes, there's room for high performance rails, not just for NFTs, because if it works for NFTs, it works for DeFi too.
All right, I'm going to ask everybody a yes or no question, and then we're going to have to wrap it up. It looks like MINEYOURBIZ is going to be the winner. J-Chains, I'm going to start with you. Are we going to see, in the next 12 months, are we going to see a gaming studio make a big, massive move, whether like, trying to own a large percentage of a gaming token or launch their own token? Next 12 months, yes or no?
You said one a yes or no, maybe.
Okay, you get 2 points for that. You know what? Let's tie you up with Ben. Crypto Jeb, yes or no? One of these gaming industry, titans, are they going to make a giant blockchain move in the next 12 months?
I have no idea.
Jeez, I want yes or no.
Bold, man. Y'all be bold. Make a call. Yes, they absolutely are. In fact, I own the gaming company that has already made the plans to do it.
Boom. You heard it here first, folks. That's why you watch Around the Blockchain. Ben, yay or nay? Are we going to see like EA make a move?
I'm going to say no, and reason being is because if it doesn't happen in the next 2 months, we're going to see a dramatic fall for Bitcoin in the bear market, and people won't really be as excited about coming out with this stuff in the bear market. So I'm going to say no in the next 12 months, absolutely in the next 24 months.
All right, we're going to give you one more point. We can't let J-Chains beat you, but we can let him tie you.
He sucks.
MINEYOURBIZ, yay or nay? What do you say?
Absolutely, and here, with all due respect, Ben, you're dead wrong. So,
all right, well, we're going to give you the final word. You got 30 seconds to a minute. Tell the people what they need to hear. Is it that Ben's wrong?
Oh my gosh, no, it's not that Ben's wrong. It's that you're in the right place right now. The diversity of views that you get here on a show like this helps bring you to the truth. You can't just rely on one source. As we've seen over the last year, there's so many sources of misinformation, very few sources of truth. That's up to you. So take ownership of that, dig deeper, stay curious, stay hungry. Do not be complacent. What you're hearing from a lot of us between the lines is that there are a lot of forces that want to try to take away your privileges and in some cases, your rights. So stay curious, stay hungry, and come back for more, guys. Keep coming back. Why are you going anywhere else other than my channel?
Bit Squad out. Easy. Audio.